everyone. It's been below freezing temperatures for most of the U.S., so today Ken is here with a simple way to help keep us cozy and warm, and I love this, Ken. It's going to come in very handy for the Matheson family.
That's right, because you're big snow players.
Yes,
right?
we are. We're always out doing stuff in the snow. Kids are always complaining, because I'm not. I'm never complaining about my cold hands and feet. I am actually.
Well, it's funny because we had snow for the first time up in the country a couple years ago. Margot had never been in the snow.
Okay.
She's frozen. She got out there. She's like, snow, finally, her first time. 10 seconds. She's like, it's cold. She had no idea. Elsa plays in it forever. But it's you don't know. It's cold, and those little hands, especially with little kids, keep them warm. And this is a great way to do it.
But they're expensive when you buy the other hand warmers, toe warmers, things like that. Right. They can really add up quickly.
They're expensive, and they're not overly cute and all that. So I thought, let's get a way so you can make them home. You don't have to spend the money. You can do this with scraps that you already have laying around. And you heat them up. You put them in the kids' pockets. They'll last for like 30 minutes. And you're great. Cute little sizes here that are just the right size. So they slip in the hands. You pop them in the microwave right before they go to school, and you're good.
And reusable.
Reusable.
That's key.
You just pop them in that microwave for 30 seconds, and you're good to go.
Okay.
So let's make them.
Let's get started. I'm standing here because I'm waiting for you to make the first move.
The iron's hot, so I just want you to be conscious of that. So all you're going to need here is scrap fabric. I used felt, but you could use other fabrics. I have some rice. So essential oils, which is not necessary, but if you have them around your house, it adds a nice little touch.
Okay.
And then the key here is going to be hemming tape. It's hemming tape, or it's also called self-bond. Okay. It's tape that you put down and you iron, and it will fuse two pieces of the fabric.
I was wondering.
You can always sew it if you want to, but this is a nice, easy way to do it. So I have my pieces cut out here, and we're just going to sort of start to assemble.
Okay.
What I have a rectangle here, and I'm going to sort of add this other rectangle to make my back of my flap.
Okay.
And it's best to sort of cut out all these little pieces first and play around with the decor you want, and then assemble it together. Then I have other little pieces here. I'm making this one a little Valentine.
And this is going to be like the two sides of our hand warmer?
Exactly.
Okay.
So you want to start with the two pieces that will be the base, and then start building on top of it.
I got you.
As you can see, I did a peace sign. I used little letters to make Coco's name.
Very fun.
So really, you can really get fun. You want to keep the size no bigger than 4 by 5 and a little bit smaller.
Okay.
Once you figure out what you want, this is where your hem tape's going to come in. Cut little pieces of it that can be as an adhesive, and you're just going to like lay those down on the pieces you want to attach. Now, the reason why I'm doing this, you could obviously sew, which would be absolutely fine. You don't want to use something like fabric glue or hot glue because you're going to be microwaving it. I wanted to make sure there weren't any fumes that come across once you heat that, just to keep your kids extra safe.
Now, what about the felt? Can you use something other than felt, or would you recommend using
a little iron air in here? Just put a little
like
heat pressure. I have it set, follow the instructions. I have it set on cotton setting because I'm using natural felt here, and you want to move it around a little bit.
Okay, I just want to make sure that
yes, you can. Like, you could use old sweaters, old flannels. What you want to do if you're doing that is use pinking shears, which are the jagged, so that way you don't have to hem it. Obviously, if you want to hem it and get totally into it, you can do whatever. And you see that? If you can see that, that is totally bonded. What these are sheets of little bits of plastic, and they basically melt and combine the two.
And like you say, when you rewarm it in the microwave, there won't be
exactly. You won't have to worry anything about fumes or falling apart.
Very good.
So I've got one here that I did earlier. And now what we're going to do, this is super simple, is fill it with rice. If you want to grab that funnel there.
See there, so you've done this and you've left a little opening. Is that
exactly.
the idea?
I did everything around. I left 2 inches, just like if you were making a pillow or something to turn inside out.
Okay.
Put that in there. Now I'm using rice. You can use white rice, brown rice, flaxseed, or a combination of any of that.
Okay. I'll let you do the jumping around.
The
bouncing rice.
There we go.
Okay. I'll
and
put it a little slower.
You want to get it pretty full. But not so full that your kids are going to squeeze it, and then you're going to have to deal with rice.
Because it's the rice that obviously holds the heat.
That's what holds the heat.
That's going to stay warm for 30 minutes or so. Okay, very good. Just like that.
That's all we're going to do. Now, would you like to pick an essential oil?
I would. Let's see what we have to choose from. I'm going to, first choice is lavender. It's my favorite. It's nice because it helps with anxiety, keeps you nice and relaxed and calm. See, I know my essential
You must go through gallons of it. Just 1 or 2 drops here.
Really, Ken? Really? Wow.
Now, be careful. When I was experimenting.
Or 4.
When I was experimenting with this earlier, if you put too much, it will heat up when you do microwave. So really just 1 or 2 drops, not 4 like
like I just did. Well,
it smells lovely.
You know what I mean?
And then what you do, I put another little piece of
Yeah,
hemming
sure.
tape there,
You
and
move
we're just
your
gonna.
fingers. You're making me nervous. Everybody at home is watching your fingers near the eye. Everybody, aren't you? You're all saying, Ken, move your fingers.
Cameron has an iron. First a needle, now an iron. This is like our home ec series for you.
That's what they're saying right now. They're worried about you.
And there you go, all done, completely like, look at that, right?
You
Pop
take
it in the
this,
microwave.
You put it in the microwave. You put it in your coat pocket or wherever, even inside a big pair of mittens,
Right.
or maybe not gloves because they probably wouldn't fit, but mittens would work.
Well, you could do it if you just do it thinner with less rice. And it will heat it no more than 45 seconds, 30 to 45. It'll last you about 20 to 30 minutes, which is enough time for that 2-mile walk in the snow uphill to school that I tell my kids.
Yeah, that's right. Both directions.
Both
Uphill,
directions
both
in
ways.
California.
Always both ways, for sure. Well, we'll figure that one out.